Hey there, I want to die here with another little bit of a hot video. Today, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a game we used to play back in middle school. Honestly, this is a game that you would see all the edgy kids. You would sit in the back of the room, and instead of looking at pornographic images like the teachers and parents would like you to think, we're playing what's known as the Hitler game. Now, of course, because we're living in a PG society and Hitler isn't cool anymore, we can't actually play the Hitler game. Now, the game is very easy. You got to click on this little random article button on top of Wikipedia here, which sends you to, you guessed it, a random article. Now, the goal, of course, is to go to Hitler in as few clicks as possible, or as fast as possible if you want to time it that way. Now, because my knowledge of geography and history is that of a small tree monkey sucking on a nipple, unfortunately it's harder for me, but I'll just give you guys a little bit of a run through here. So for example, we have a Spanish, it seems like a Spanish football club based in Asturias. So here we're just gonna try to get to Hitler as quickly as possible. So let's go to Spain. Now, Spain is almost kind of cheating here because we could just, for example, click on Second World War, and that's going to be fairly easy to find Hitler there. So I think that this is an adequate speed run of the actual game that is known as the Hitler game. So all we got to do is just find essentially Adolf Hitler, and you see we won. That's it. I won the game. As simple as that. And we came to the winner. See, I sped run and I won that fairly easily. But here's the thing, we can't use Hitler anymore. We can't do Hitler. So I thought I'd change the Hitler game up and instead turn it into something relatively PG and go for Bronson Pinchot. So we're gonna use Bronson Pinchot here as a substitute for Adolf Hitler. Now, as many of you guys obviously know, Bronson Pinchot is the protagonist of the ABC sitcom Perfect Strangers, which, as you could see there, had its run from 1986 all the way to 1993. So what I thought is that instead of making this into the Hitler game, instead of doing something that YouTube is immediately going to demonetize me on a channel that's not with monetization enabled, I'd go for Bronson Pinchot. So here we need to do a couple things. We need to actually do a little bit of research as to Bronson Pinchot, because if we're starting from a random article, obviously it's going to be fairly difficult to get into Bronson Pinchot. It's certainly more difficult than Hitler. So here we could see that he was born in New York City. So maybe if we look up New York based actors, that could come up. So here he was in Risky Business. That's going to be fairly easy to find. If we just get to Risky Business, we could get to Bronson Pinchot. Same thing with Beverly Hills Cop. So we're just going to have to get to some sort of movie. And hopefully, because Risky Business is so prominent, we could even look for Tom Cruise. And I think that would be a lot easier to find Bronson Pinchot. Okay, so let's start the game. We're going to start from a clean slate. We're going to go to random article, and we're going to see if we could find Bronson Pinchot. Here we go. I'm so excited. Hit the like button if you're excited too. Okay, so here we got Fanny Kenyeris. Fanny Kenyeris, who's apparently a retired Hungarian international handball player. I know a couple handball personalities. A couple personalities that are in the handball community. So hopefully, let's see if we could kind of get to something. Not a lot to work with here, to be honest. Not a lot to work with here. But let's see if we could kind of work our way back. So Russia. I'm going to go for Russia here. 2005 Russia. And hopefully we could find our way there. We have a couple different places here. Hopefully I could find the United States. If I could find the United States, it's going to make things a lot easier, because then at that point we could kind of narrow it down to New York, and then maybe New York based actors, or maybe movies in general. So let's see if we could find United States here.
Fairly hard.
Apparently, I would have thought that it would have been easier to find United States. Let's you know what, let's go closer. Let's go to Germany. Let's go to Germany here. Germany women's national handball team. You know what, I have an idea here. Maybe if we work our way back from Hitler, it might be easier to find Bronson that way. So let's go to Nazi Germany here, and let's go to Adolf Hitler. So see, I would have won the Hitler game. Had this been the Hitler game, I would have won fairly easily. But that's twice in one video. But let's see if we can work our way backwards. and see if we could go from Hitler to Bronson Pinchot. I think that would be a more interesting game. This is what I do here. I innovate. A lot of people just, you know, are stagnant with their initial ideas, but I innovate. So here, let's see if we could go through Hitler's Wikipedia and see if we could find some connection to Bronson Pinchot. It's like that game, you know, the bacon, seven separations of bacon, or whatever the fuck it's called, where everyone's connected to Kevin Bacon by seven people or whatever. So hopefully Bronson and Hitler don't have that much of a separation. So maybe if we could find the United States, or you know what, if we find his legacy, I imagine that he's been portrayed in movies, right? He's definitely been portrayed in movies. So if we look on films right here, Adolf Hitler in popular culture, maybe we could get to Tom Cruise perhaps. So we're going and we're finding here Hitler in fiction, Philip K. Dick. So if we could find Tom Cruise, we're going to be able to find Bronson Pinchot. And hopefully we're going to be able... Oh, here is film. Okay, so here we have some film. Captain America, the First Avenger. That seems like it would be something that would probably lead to Bronson. Dragon Ball Z. Wow, that's interesting. Apparently Hitler was in Dragon Ball Z. Who would have known? Who would have known?
That Hitler was in Dragon Ball Z.
The more you know, right? You guys are learning stuff being on my channel here. Indiana Jones. He did make a little bit of a cameo in Indiana Jones. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk. We're trying to keep it PG here. This is not looking good here. I'm trying to find some connection to Tom Cruise, and then hopefully we'll be able to find it here. So I'm just gonna go on a random little tangent here and go for Inglourious Bastards. I think Inglourious Bastards would be something that would lead potentially to Tom Cruise. Right here, Brad Pitt. Maybe it's gonna be in a list of actors. Right, and that way we're gonna be able to go to Tom. Well, maybe they shared a scene in a movie. Maybe both Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise shared a movie together. So let's go through here and see if we could find some sort of connection here between that. We have Moneyball, World War Z. Oh man, it's gonna be harder than I thought. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino, Leonardo DiCaprio. Maybe if that could lead me to 21 Jump Street. Wasn't he in 21 Jump Street? I think he made a cameo. I know Tom Cruise made a cameo in a weird movie with that fat fuck. What's the name? What's his name? Jonah Hill. Jesus fuck. End it. Vice. Let's see. No, that's Christian Bale. They're kind of the same person though, Christian Bale and Tom Cruise. This isn't the Tom Cruise game, by the way. I don't want you guys to think that somehow I'm looking for Tom Cruise only because it's gonna send me to Bronson Pinchot here. Running with Ocean's 13. That had a huge cast. That had a big cast, so maybe that could kind of lead us to that. So we have the cast here: Andy Garcia, Matt Damon, Casey Affleck. Maybe if we find a Scientologist. Oh, Oprah Winfrey. Okay, Oprah Winfrey. This is gonna be good. I think this is good. Oprah Winfrey had a interview with Tom Cruise that I think was interesting. So maybe we could find something here. Michael Jackson, Kanye West. Man, you know, I would have thought Tom Cruise would have been here because he was one of the more prevalent interviews when he came in and announced that he was having sexual intercourse with his daughter. Okay, maybe the Oprah Winfrey Show. I think Oprah Winfrey Show would be a good one to get. Hopefully we could find memorable moments. Okay, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I think we found it. I think we're gonna find it here. Tom Cruise, where you at? I know you're hiding here. Ellen DeGeneres came out as a lesbian. Yep. Okay. Okay, we have to look here. Controversies. Oh, okay. Tom Cruise. Okay, I got this. Tom Cruise. All right, I think we're here, guys. Filmography. We're here. We got it. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be so good. I can't wait. Risky Business. Here we go. Here we go. I think the fastest it's ever been done. The absolute fastest it's ever been done. Bronson Pinchot, we made it. We made it, guys. Boy, I don't know who to thank here. I don't know who to thank. But I'm ecstatic that this happened. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for sticking it through to the end. Honestly, I thought we were going to be lost there. Thank God. It turns out the link between Hitler and Bronson Pinchot is Tom Cruise. Whew.